The smashing machine opens with a jolt. No glamour, just raw, unfiltered violence. We're thrown into the cage with Mark Kerr, every sound amplified, every blow felt. The fight is primal, survival at its most brutal. Director Safdie forces us to confront the cost of being a champion. The camera lingers on sweat, blood, and exhaustion. No escape, no filter. The crowd roars, but the spectacle feels unsettling. This isn't just sport. It's two men testing the limits of their bodies and souls. Mark wins, his hand raised, but the victory is hollow. He doesn't look triumphant, he looks shattered. The noise fades as he stumbles from the cage, battered and alone. The film draws a stark line between the public warrior and the private man. In the locker room, the adrenaline fades. Pain takes over. He's no longer the smashing machine, just a vulnerable man. The contrast between the chaos of the fight and the silence after is striking. Here we glimpse the real Mark Kerr. The movie isn't about the glory of victory, but the cost of survival. It's about the battles fought when the crowd is gone. The opening scene sets the tone. This is a story of pain, not just triumph. We see the toll, physical and emotional, that this life demands. The film promises honesty, refusing to look away from the ugly truth. Mark's journey begins not with celebration, but with quiet suffering. The real fight, we sense, is just beginning. The smashing machine isn't about heroes. It's about the human cost of being one. And in these first moments, we're hooked. Mark Kerr defies expectations. He's a champion, a force in the cage, but outside, he's gentle and introspective. The film quickly reveals his complexity, soft-spoken, thoughtful, even shy. He's not the brash athlete stereotype. He's a man wrestling with his own demons. The pressure to win, the pain, and a deep sense of never being enough haunt him. He can conquer anyone in the ring, but not the battles inside his mind. This internal struggle is the film's true focus. We see his tenderness with Dawn, his love for philosophy, glimpses of a poet's soul. Mark is full of contradictions, violent in the ring, vulnerable in life. His strength is found in his willingness to be open, not just in his fists. The movie challenges what it means to be strong. Mark's journey is about embracing his flaws and fighting for his own humanity. He's not a hero because he's perfect, but because he keeps going. The film asks, what if the real battle is being true to yourself? Mark's story is about finding that answer. He's a fighter, yes, but more importantly, he's a man searching for peace. The smashing machine shows us the cost of being both, and that's what makes him unforgettable. Dwayne Johnson sheds his superstar persona in The Smashing Machine. Gone is the charismatic Rock. In his place is a broken, vulnerable Mark Kerr. The transformation is more than physical. It's in every gesture, every haunted look. Johnson abandons his usual tricks, delivering a raw, internal performance. He communicates pain and confusion with subtlety, making us feel Mark's burden. The fight scenes are explosive, but it's the quiet moments that linger. Johnson captures Kerr's duality, a beast in the ring, lost outside it. We watch the light in his eyes fade as addiction takes hold. This isn't just acting, it's inhabiting a soul in crisis. Johnson's risk pays off, redefining his career. He proves he's more than a blockbuster star. He's an actor of real depth. His portrayal is heartbreaking and unforgettable, elevating the entire film. The performance turns a sports biopic into a profound character study. It's the kind of role that wins awards and stays with you long after. Johnson's Mark Kerr is a man fighting for his soul, not just victory. The film's emotional weight rests on his shoulders, and he delivers. This is a career-defining moment for Johnson. He shows us the cost of glory and the pain behind the legend. The Smashing Machine is unforgettable because of him. We see not just a fighter, but a man unraveling, and that's what makes the story so powerful. The real battles in The Smashing Machine happen outside the cage. Mark's life is chaos, broken relationships, financial strain, addiction. The cage offers clarity. The real world is messy and unforgiving. We see him in lonely hotel rooms, surrounded by pills, struggling to hold on. The tension is emotional, not physical. He's a champion who feels like a failure. The film shows the relentless pressure to win, to perform, to survive. Painkillers become a crutch, trapping him in a cycle he can't escape. The cheers fade quickly. The pain lingers. The movie argues that true character is forged in these quiet, desperate moments. Glory is fleeting, but the struggle for self-respect is constant. Mark's journey is about finding peace, not just victory. The Smashing Machine reminds us that heroes are fragile too. It's a story of survival beyond the spotlight. Mark and Dawn's relationship is the film's emotional core. It's messy, honest, and deeply human, love tangled with pain. Dawn isn't just a bystander, she's fighting her own battles, trying to save Mark and herself. Their love is both a refuge and a source of conflict, marked by tenderness and raw arguments. Addiction poisons their bond, turning love into a struggle for survival. They enable and hurt each other, trapped in the chaos of Mark's career. The film doesn't offer easy answers. Love isn't always enough. Their story is a heartbreaking portrait of two people trying to stay afloat. It's a reminder that the hardest battles are often for connection, not victory. The Smashing Machine is brutally honest about addiction. Mark's painkiller use starts as survival but quickly becomes a prison. The film shows addiction's slow, relentless grip, isolating, consuming, destroying. We see Mark's life unravel relationships, finances, even his fighting. The very thing meant to help him becomes his undoing. The camera lingers on his hands, fumbling with pills, a symbol of lost control. Addiction turns him into a stranger, eroding everything he values. The film refuses to judge. It shows addiction as a disease, not a moral failing. Mark's real fight isn't in the cage, it's for his soul. Recovery is portrayed as a grueling, courageous battle. The movie's compassion is clear. Strength is admitting you need help. Mark's journey is about reclaiming himself, not just his career. The Smashing Machine makes us see the human behind the addiction. It's a story of pain, but also of hope. The true main event is the fight to be whole again. The Smashing Machine finds meaning in defeat, not just victory. Mark's crushing loss exposes his vulnerability. He's no longer a champion, just a man. The silence after his defeat is devastating, marking the collapse of his identity. In this low point, his friendship with Mark Coleman shines. Coleman offers support without judgment, a rare, honest bond. These moments of male vulnerability and connection are deeply moving. Mark's tears aren't from pain, but from the agony of failure. Admitting he needs help is his bravest act. The film shows recovery as a daily struggle. No easy fixes, just hard work. We see Mark attending meetings, learning to live without pills. These scenes are quiet, but they're the film's true battles. Hope emerges not from triumph, but from resilience. The journey is about getting back up, not staying undefeated. The Smashing Machine's heart is in these moments of honesty. Even in defeat, there's a path to redemption. The film's climax unfolds in Tokyo, the heart of MMA. The city's bright lights and massive arenas symbolize the sport's peak and Mark's ultimate test. He trains for the Pride Fighting Championships, battling addiction and rebuilding himself. The training is grueling, but the real fight is internal. Alone in a foreign land, Mark faces his demons head-on. The final bout isn't about a title, it's about reclaiming his life. He enters the ring clean, fighting for himself, not for glory. The match is brutal, his opponent relentless. But this time, Mark refuses to quit. The outcome matters less than his endurance and will to keep going. The real victory is internal, a triumph over addiction and despair. In the ring, he finds a new kind of strength, one born from pain and perseverance. The fight is a metaphor for his journey, battered but unbroken. Mark smashes the machine of pressure and addiction, freeing himself at last. The Tokyo sequence is the culmination of his struggle. It's not about winning, it's about surviving and choosing to live. The Smashing Machine ends with a man, not a myth. The Smashing Machine isn't about winning fights. It's about reclaiming your life. Mark Kerr's greatest victory is choosing honesty and sobriety over denial and addiction. The film's conclusion is quiet, powerful. True success is private, not public. Mark finds peace in small moments, learning to live beyond the cage. He's no longer a product or a machine, just a man, flawed and real. The final scenes show him embracing normalcy, finding joy in simplicity. His transformation is profound, from broken champion to whole person. Vulnerability becomes his strength, asking for help, his courage. The film's message is universal. The hardest battles are within. Mark's story is about redemption, not just survival. You don't need to love fighting to be moved by his journey. The Smashing Machine is about becoming true to yourself. Mark's real victory is discovering he's worth more than any title.